Welcome to the West Wing Week, your guide to everything that's happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. This week, President Obama embarked on a 6-day trip to Europe, visiting Ireland, the United Kingdom, France, and Poland to engage our allies in the region on a host of issues. While overseas, the president pledged support for those back home, affected by devastating tornadoes in Missouri and across the Midwest. Before leaving, the president met with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and went to CIA headquarters in Langley, Virginia. That's May 20th to the 26th, or OCONUS 3, a homecoming of sorts.
My name is Barack Obama of the Moneygall Obamas. And I've come home to find the apostrophe that we lost somewhere along the way.
On Friday, May 20th, the president welcomed Prime Minister Netanyahu to the White House to discuss a wide range of issues, including our support for Israeli security, the changes sweeping the Middle East in places like Egypt and Tunisia, and the importance of achieving a lasting peace between the Israelis and Palestinians.
We agreed that there is a moment of opportunity that can be seized as a consequence of the Arab Spring, but also acknowledge that there are significant perils as well, and that it's going to be important for the United States and Israel to consult closely as we see developments unfold.
Later, President Obama visited CIA headquarters in Langley, Virginia, to personally thank the intelligence community for each of their efforts to find Osama bin Laden and achieve the most significant victory yet in the war to defeat al-Qaeda.
As you go about your work with incredible diligence and dedication every single day, I hope all of you understand how important it is, how grateful I am, and that you have the thanks of a grateful nation.
On Monday morning, May 23rd, the president was briefed aboard Air Force One about the devastating tornadoes in the Midwest, while he traveled to Dublin, Ireland, the first stop on his trip. He first met with President McAleese at the palace, where he planted a tree of peace not far from the spot where Presidents Kennedy and Clinton had years earlier. Next, the president and First Lady visited Taoiseach Kenny to discuss a host of bilateral issues.
Oh, what a wonderful writer she is.
The president then traveled to Moneygall, a small town in Ireland where the president has roots.
This is what the streetscape is like in the present day.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
See, this is the homestead. This is Michelle.
This is all right. Nice to meet you.
Wonderful to see you.
In Moneygall, the president got a warm welcome and even met his 8th cousin, Henry Healy, outside the Hayes pub, where he enjoyed a Guinness, and the First Lady learned how to pour the perfect pint.
All right, I just want everybody to know I finished the fight. So if anybody asks, I'm very, very grateful to all of you, and I know the town put in a lot of work for this extraordinary greeting, so we appreciate it.
Later, the president returned to Dublin to speak about the ties between the United States and Ireland to a crowd topping 25,000 people at a celebration at College Green. But first, he boned up on his Gaelic.
Ahis forum bayonet. Corja. Hard. This little country that inspires the biggest things. Your best days are still ahead. Think about all that we've done together. Remember that whatever hardships the winter may bring, springtime's always just around the corner. And if they keep on arguing with you, just respond with a simple creed. It's Federling. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. It's Federling.
On Tuesday, May 24th, as the president traveled to England, he continued to monitor and keep track of the devastating tornadoes across the Midwest. He checked in again with Missouri Governor Jay Nixon and spoke with FEMA Director Craig Fugate, who was in Missouri at the direction of the president, to ensure the state has all the support it needs.
All right, well, Craig, I'm going to let you go. Is there anything else you think we need to do between now and then? I think I'll probably end up visiting on Sunday.
On Sunday, the president will travel to Joplin, Missouri, to talk to people on the ground affected by the disaster. The president traveled to London to underscore the special relationship between our two countries and highlight how that relationship is essential to the security and prosperity of citizens in both nations. At Buckingham Palace, Her Majesty the Queen and Prince Philip held an elaborate arrival ceremony before showing the Obamas around, giving them a personal tour of an art exhibition inside the palace. The President and First Lady then got a chance to visit Westminster Abbey, a large Gothic church where some of the most significant figures in British history are buried or commemorated. At the grave of the unknown warrior, the President laid a wreath to honor the British and American soldiers who lost their lives defending freedom, and saw some of the other notable figures buried in that hallowed place, like Sir Isaac Newton.
Gravity, physics. Pretty important. That's good.
He also stopped by 10 Downing Street to pick up Prime Minister Cameron on their way to Globe Academy in Southwark, where the two got to see some science exhibitions and play some table tennis, known as ping pong in the UK. That night, at a state dinner hosted at the Palace, toasts were made and the special relationship we share with the UK was renewed.
Today, the United States remains our most important ally, and our two nations contribute to the security and prosperity of our peoples and of the world through shared national interests.
On Wednesday, May 25th, President Obama went back to number 10 Downing Street to hold bilateral meetings with Prime Minister David Cameron, Deputy Prime Minister Nick Clegg, and number 10 Downing Street's Minister of Mousing, Larry.
I think he was a rescue cat, and I think that was part of the issue.
Trip Director Marvin Nicholson then presented the feline with a gift from the United States.
Oh! He likes the mouse, look at that.
The President and the Prime Minister also had a barbecue with American and British veterans and service members to celebrate the establishment of the joint UK-US Service Personnel Task Force to support service members and their families as they serve side by side.
I'm coming to see if you actually ate the vegetables.
I did. I cut the mushrooms off though.
He then headed to Westminster Hall to deliver a rare address to Parliament.
The time for our leadership is now. It was the United States and the United Kingdom and our democratic allies that shaped a world in which new nations could emerge and individuals could thrive. And even as more nations take on the responsibilities of global leadership, our alliance will remain indispensable to the goal of a century that is more peaceful, more prosperous, and more just.
President Obama went on to travel to the G8 in France, a leading forum of international cooperation across a wide range of issues since 1975. This year builds on that legacy, with economic, political, and security issues at the forefront. In addition to France and the U.S., participants included the UK, Germany, Japan, Italy, Canada, Russia, and the European Union. To find out more information on any of these topics or to see complete videos of these events, go to whitehouse.gov. And thanks again for checking out your West Wing Week.
You know, if members of Congress aren't behaving, give them a little paddle, a little hurl.